Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hello viewers, welcome to the Fast Profits Daily. Myself Brijesh Bhatia. Well, Nifty has been very volatile considering the Russia and Ukraine war. We have seen even global markets been tumbling down. But if you look at the Nifty has been holding the quite strongly around 16,800, 17,000 zone. What will be the momentum for next 2 to 3 months? Let's look at the broader market, which is the Nifty 500, which consists of large cap, mid caps stocks. So if you look at the first chart over here, this is Nifty 500 chart on a larger scale from 2010, and this is the weekly scale chart which I have been showing you. And if you look at the two red lines, which is the rising channel break, trending line, and if you look at the rising channel since 2010, it has been trending on a positive side. We have witnessed a breakout in 2021, and it has been consistently trading about the breakout level now. Though there could be the retest possible, which is placed around 14,400, 14,500. And if you look at the 50 days average, which is the weekly average, which is generally known as medium term on a weekly scale. So 50 is basically a 1 year average. So generally we have 52 weeks in a year. So the reason if you take a 50, it consists of around a year of the moving average. And if you look at the average, it's been placed around 14,052, which is near the retest level or the breakout retest level. So I think if you look at the structure is very bullish, and once the rising channel breakout happens, the trend continue to rally on the positive side. This indicates that if you look at the broader market, though we have seen a sharp correction in mid caps and small cap, which are trading below the 200 as average. But if I just look at the Nifty 500 and Nifty 50, which generally sets the trend for the momentum or the mid caps and small caps, they are very much trending higher. If you look at, let's analyze the Nifty 50 as well. So I would start with the seasonality analysis. So if you look at the screen over here, this is the table of seasonality analysis on month how Nifty has performed. And if you look at the Nifty, the yellow marked, for the March series, generally Nifty has an average gain of minus 0.1%. There has been a mixed bags for the March series. If you look at the last 1996, so if you look at the 26 years of data, on an average, 46% belongs to bull, which is around 12, and 54% belongs to bears, which is around 14 months. So it has been mixed bags. If you look at the average fall, if it's showing at 0.01%, but if you look at the 2 years between, which is around 23% fall in 2020 and 15% fall in 2001, if I just eliminate it, it gives a gains of around a percent somewhere. So this has been an extreme case, the 23 and 15%. But if you look at the overall, have been slightly plus and minus here and there. But interestingly, if you look at the April month, which has a gain of around 2%, average gain of 2% for last 26 years. So I believe probably March might be a sluggish month, or we might see ups and downs happening into the March as well. But I believe start of the April and May and June, if you look at May 2, if you look at the April 2% average gain, May 1% average gain, June 1.5% average gain. So I think probably post March or by mid March, we might see a rally starting, which might head Nifty towards the new all-time high. Again, we'll look at the structure, how what are the levels you should look at. So look at the next chart, which shows a Nifty 50 a demand zone. If you look at the green line, which is the regression channel, it highlights the support zone around 16,400, 16,350 zone. If you remember the previous lows which has been hit was around 16,400 levels again. So I believe 16,400, 16,500 will play a key important role over here. Plus, if you look at the 200 average, has been acting very strong support. And if you look at the historical data, generally Nifty tends to an average way of around 2.5% from the 200 is average. So if you look at the average as of now, it's 16,850. Somewhere if I take 200, 2%, 300, 350 points, it comes around 16,500 levels. So I believe 16,300, 16,500 will play a key important support zone. for Nifty. Second, if you look at the same chart with the RSI, which generally shows the strength of the momentum, and again this is the daily RSI. If you look at, generally when the RSI falls between 40 to 30, Nifty tends to see a positive momentum again. And again, obviously the support will play a key important role over here. But looking at the momentum this week, we again yesterday hit a low of somewhere around 16,800, which is been acting as a huge support zone for now. So I believe if you look at the momentum over here, it's still into the bull's court, because broader markets is very bullish. Nifty is trading at a good support zone. RSI moving between 40 to 30 is a good sign for bullish trend to set out. So probably a minor resistance might play out. If you look at the blue lines on the chart over here, the triangle structure, where the resistance is played somewhere around 17,400 levels. And if you remember the recent high of 17,500, so once the 17,400 500 breach, I believe we are heading for 19,200 levels on the Nifty, and this could be the level one should definitely watch at. So my take is that if the Nifty break the resistance 17,500 levels, we are heading for much fast and furious rally, and probably the March may be sluggish, but since April I believe that markets might see a huge trending positive momentum. Once this dust settles down between the Russia and Ukraine, we think that markets might settle down, volatility might settle down. Uh, Again, this is an uncertain scenario of the war, but on the downside, one should definitely look for support between 16,400, 16,500, and upside 17,500 will play a minor resistance zone for March series. So keep a watch on these levels. 175, 17,500 is taken out. I think if you remember the June and July of 2021, when market trended in a narrow range, but once the breakout happened in August, start of the August, we saw a huge rally from 16,000 to 17,200 somewhere. So probably that I'm expecting that rally might be possible once the 17,500 levels are breached on the positive side. So keep a watch on these levels for Nifty, and hope that markets might trend bullish again towards a new all-time high. Signing off, Brijesh Bhatia.